I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 16, Volume 6. Yes, we're getting through it now. Only a few more episodes, and that's the end of the season finale, where we have to make a choice about what particular compilation that I'm going to play. Anyway, before we get to that, though, I'm going to show you this week's exciting tape. I don't know why that took so much getting out of it. Anyway, it's a Boots C15. You can see. Oh, by the way, I think it's a bit of a giveaway. This one. This is from this. This is all from the Puma box again, because they've got some really good ones on this, and I really quite fancied some sort of full 48K or really sort of good sort of games that have been sort of developed over time. So this will be Wanted Monty Mole, I would suspect. Quackers, I have no idea what Quackers is, so I quite like that because I didn't know what it was. So we've got Quackers on there, and then on the other side, he says, making a lot of noise with the tape while he flips it over, we've got Rocky Horror, which I know, and then Flipper, which I don't. So I've got two that I don't know, and two that I do know. Rocky Horror, if I play my cards right, we might actually finish that one. We'll try and finish that one today. That'll be kind of cool. So yeah, we had some good times with this one. I haven't got them available to look at this time around, but yeah, C15, and I do appreciate this. Somebody's actually got the trouble of writing some of the keys down. QA, sorry, not QA, AZ, NM, and space is the break key, or the space bar basically is the pickup key. And left, right, and M, and then R to start, S to hold, and C for whatever else for Quackers. But you can define your keys with D. There we go, so D, you can define your keys. Anyway, but I do appreciate that. So, before we put this into the tape drive, so hang on a second, we'll put that to one side. You've got a choice. These are the choices. Now, you've got to go back to the beginning of the season, so Volume 1, if you want to vote. Or you can vote here if you like. We have, and this is a really tough one for you, we have We Are the Champions, which has on it, obviously, Super Sprint, Super Sprint, Renegade, Rampage, IK Plus, and Barbarian, or, and I think a lot of people have chosen this one so far, it's very much up there, Power Up, which is basically a monster of a 5 games. I mean, it's a tough one. This season. It's a tough one. We've got Altered Beast, we've got X Out, we've got Chase HQ, Turok, and Rainbow Islands. But so far, I think Power Up is winning. But if you want to vote for one of these, feel free. If you haven't already voted, stick it into the Volume 1, or alternatively, just stick it here wherever you like into the comments. So, without further ado, we'll get this in a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive and we're ready to go, so I'll get out with our favourite, basic, and load dit or load speech marks. Let's bung that in here. Do you know what's running through my mind? And it's really bad, because I was just talking to my wife about this. So it's running through my mind. There's one song that's running through my. I don't know why it's running through my mind. You know, we did the We Are the Champions, and it's like We Are the Champions, my friends. That's obviously it's a Queen song, isn't it? Yeah. But then the next thing that went through my head was Ready to Rumble, but it wasn't like the good version, it was like the PJ and Duncan version of it, you know, let's get ready to rumble. You see, with a bit of a Geordie thing on it. I apologise to all Geordies who may watch my channel. That was my terrible attempt. At least it didn't go what usually happens, which usually ends up with a little bit of an Indian twang on it. So we'll let that one slide. But yeah, PJ and Duncan, I don't know why that came into my head there. It was just, and then of course there's the whole story about, isn't it Poundland, where they actually play Let's Get Ready to Rumble by PJ and Duncan. I mean, seriously, I don't know what motivation they believe they're going to get from that. That version of it, Let's Get Ready to Rumble, when they want the staff to go out and clean the store. That's a true thing, apparently. You Google it, you'll find out that's a true thing. That actually happens. They have to go out and clean the store to PJ and Duncan's Let's Get Ready to Rumble. Anyway, Monty Mole. And there's Arthur Scargill in the middle there. That's Mr. Arthur Scargill. This is part of the mining strikes of the 80s. Was this a political piece? I mean, there was a lot of back in the day. There was a lot of political pieces. These were the days when developers or writers of games were okay about doing political political bits and pieces. I mean, the fact is here, Monty's trying to heat his home. I mean, this is actually probably a bit too satirical for this particular episode. He's trying to heat his home when there's no coal available, so he's desperate for coal to heat his home. And I mean, I don't know. I've no idea. I mean, is Monty trying to hit Arthur there, or is he running past and trying to hit the Gremlin graphics thing? Which, by the way, that Gremlin is awesome. It's not kind of the Gremlin I'm thinking of, because mine normally have a stripe on it. But that's an awesome Gremlin anyway. But I don't know. I wondered. These were political times. You could have political messages in your games. Do we still have political messages in the games? I don't think we do. I definitely don't think we do. I think things have changed since we had those days of political messaging within our games. I definitely think we've had a bit of a change. It's too political. I mind you saying that. I do think I've seen a few, haven't I? There's a few. I think there's a few anti Mr. Trump and a few other those. Those appeared on Steam, but of course probably weren't as well known as this. I mean, back in the day, Monty Mole was we could easily call a AAA title of the day. Without a doubt, this was the game to have. I mean, I was very envious of this one. I used to sit and look at this one on the shelf and really, 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 really want this one. This is a game that I always wanted a lot. I never got any of the Monty Mole series until I got older, and I didn't even get a special version of it. I mean, it's actually nice to see a special one on here, but I didn't even get a special version of it, Monty Mole. Never got a chance to see the mole in action until late life. I saw it on, funnily enough, I'm sure I saw it on the television because I think it hit the news because of this political, satirical, I don't know, parody type thing that was going on with it. I think it hit the news. However, Wanted Monty Mole on the Commodore 64, and I can let you search for it on my channel. I know it's Commodore 64. But don't kick the screen. Don't kick the screen. Don't throw your phone. It's okay. It's okay. Step away from it. It's fine. Just listen to my calming words. All right. It's on there, but it's dreadful. So it makes you feel better. It's dreadful. The Spectrum version is far superior when it comes to the Monty Mole thing. It came on the C64 Mini and C64 Maxi. It was one of the games that was. I think it's on the Maxi. No, it wasn't on the Maxi. But it was included with that. So if you've got one of them C64 Minis and Maxis, and yes, I've got one. And again, step away. It's okay. It's okay watching Spectrum things. It's all right. It's all right. Calm down. If I was there, I'd stroke you on the head and make you feel better. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Playground Wars never ended. I was looking at a post the other day. Somebody put a picture of an old television, one you had to tune in by opening the front and then turning the little winder things. Yeah. So little thing like that, where you tune in. So we posted the picture. It's Jim Tendo, that's his name. He sometimes watches the channel. I know you do, Jim. How are you doing? Jim Tendo put this on here, and he posted this picture of it. And the first thing he decided to put on it was a Commodore 64. And my comment was 5 seconds before he kicked the screen in. It's true. That's the Playground Wars. They never really died. We just lovingly keep those going into our 50s and 60s and even 70s. Let's carry on with those. Do 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 do. I'm not going to do the song that goes with this because it's very rude. It's about people with missing testicles. Right, what were the keys? I've got them here. I've got them here. Spaces to pick up, isn't it? No, what's that for? That's Rocky Horror. Oh, I've no idea what the keys are for this one. It's not written on here. It's not even in this inlay in any way, shape or form. Oh, hang on. I spotted a bit. No, it's not written on the bottom. That's Quackshot. No, it's none of those. Right. We're just going to play it and guess the keys. I'm going to assume that they're the usuals. Yeah, the usuals. And jump. There we go. So we basically have to go in here, and then we effectively really upset a miner. He chases after us with his rather large beer gut. Now, marvellous. Look at his lovely beer gut. He's a beautiful man. But what kind of miner can't get into his own mine? Just answer me that. Answer me that question, people. What kind of miner cannot get into his own mine? The slowdown. This is horrendous. So we got to collect. We do have to collect all the coal, otherwise a certain section of the game is not open later. And I discovered this to keep discovering this to my absolute sort of not dread, but my absolute sort of. Oh God, yes. Can I go down that? No, but I can probably fall that way. Here we go. My absolute sort of... I always miss them, but you've got to get all the coal. If you don't get all the coal, then it doesn't open up certain sections. So you have to collect all the coal here, which is really annoying because you have to collect all the coal, which is really annoying. And then you got to collect that. That puts the candle out. I think that's a candle putter outer, the first bit of it. I think that's what it does, because otherwise if you walk into the candle, it hurts you. And then we've got to go past the thing that says crush. I love the way it just says crush. Do 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 do. You can hear that a lot, by the way, because I'm not very good at this. Right, okay, we're going up. We'll get some coal. 2 lives. Oh, need to jump up. I seem to be... Oh. Coal. Yes, that's 2. Good. I think that's a candle putter outer thing. I'm not sure what it's meant to be. It always looked like a squiggle to me, that thing below me. Anybody else know what it is? Because I have no idea. I always, as I say, always thought it was just a squiggle. A squiggle. I'm sure it's not a squiggle, by the way. It's just I always thought it was a squiggle. Yeah, so you get to the bottom of here and you can't carry on the game unless you get all of the coal. Wait for you to do that. Wait for you to do that. I'll go up here and get this bit of coal. Some of it I can get really easily, and some of it I really struggle with. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I've got to fall down there. Okay, so next room, and this one. Gonna get all the coal, all the coal. Why is there a hammer? What's the hammer for? The hammer's got something. Oh, it's a key! Oh, bums! All this time, have you not noticed that key? That coal looks like a key. All this time, right? I've been doing what I've been doing. There's a sugar. It's a blooming key, and I'm died again. Oh, please don't say I'm dead. Why did Monty die so fast? Aren't 3 lives enough to last the hazards that confront a mole in his search for precious coal? Don't let Monty die in vain. Press a key and try again. I absolutely love that bit of rhyming. I think it's brilliant. We can do it as PJ and Duncan. I don't think I can do it as PJ and Duncan. I was going to try that, but I don't think I think first off the channel would be destroyed by those people, those Geordie people. I say those people who live across the way from me. Hello. My granddad was a Geordie. My English one, that was. But, yeah, he was a Geordie. So was my granny, actually. Here we go. Comes from being lovers of King George, which is an interesting one. Our doorbell's going. As a postman has turned up with some stuff at the middle of the afternoon. Quite surprised, actually. It's quite late. Normally here in the morning. Put me right off for a minute there, because I've got dogs and everything going. Oh. Come on. Yes. No, not Crusher. There we go. There we go. Down we go. I think he's got a big box of Spectrum games for me. Actually, I have a sneaking suspicion. It's a little box of Spectrum games. My wife's just come in and said you're going to be really disappointed. I'm not. No idea what's in it though. Keep forgetting what I've blooming bought off the interweb. I'm really bad for that. I bought some really good stuff recently, by the way. Those CRL games that I've been showing on my Twitter channel and on the community channel for this, which I think it's kind of duplicating. Sorry for anybody who watches both, but duplicating both, but sticking it on there. And to be honest with you, I am delighted with some of the stuff I've got recently. Some really great CRL games, including Frankenstein. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, and the Book of the Dead. They're all on there. You can see them on the community channel if you want to have a little look at them. But absolutely delighted with that. I've got some really good ones. I've run out of money this month. I've literally run out of spare sort of money for stuff. So I'm having to wait before I can get Paperboy 2. And I didn't even know there was a Paperboy 2. Did you know there was a Paperboy 2? I did not know there was a Paperboy 2. So Oh God, that was close. So I've said, can I wait? And the chap that I'm getting it from, he's pretty good about this kind of stuff. I've had quite a lot of things from him in the past, so he's okay with me waiting for until the old paycheck comes in and we can afford some more Spectrum goodies, some good stuff. Right, okay, let's see if we can make it down here without dying. And there we go. I should be alright going over here. I'm going to pick that up. I'm not sure what it does. That's definitely a key, though. Look, that's a key. All this time, I did not realise that was a key. So I've been playing this game and not realising that was a key. Oh, sugar, you idiot! Why did you walk into that? Got to remember, there's a brick dropping. Remember, there's a brick dropping. Yeah, quick, because we can get through the next bit. There's a drill now as well. Look, there's a drill. There's a little bit of... what's it saying? Nice, is it? Nice. Nick. It says Nick. You're nicked, basically, because it's a police helmet, of course. It's a ghost... Shit! Oh, my God, I walked too far. How did... Oh, I should have walked through that level. And that's it. Monty Mole has killed himself again. Oh, we've got to have another go, because we're going to make it to that bit of level. Come on. Doorbell going, everything, dropping me off. The parcels of Spectrum emergency parcels. Normally they'll drop those through the roof. If it was the UN, they would have sent me a crate and fired it through the roof of the house, but it wasn't. Oh dear, sneezing with goodness. Slow down. Too much. Slow down and ran right into the spray can. You're not doing very well here, are you? You got put off by the sneezing and the pile of goodies that's come through the door. But as I say, I didn't even know there was a Paperboy 2. Now I'm assuming it was never an arcade game, but that's an assumption. Does anybody know? No, it's an arcade game, but I couldn't help myself. So you've got the Amstrad CPC version on it. It was bizarre. Mindscape it is as well. Mindscape's released it. Sugar. I am really doing badly here, you know. This is terrible. Total lack of patience here. I'm not gonna be doing very well on this particular level, am I? All right. No. It's the distance he drops. I keep forgetting he's not. Is it Manic Miner? No, Manic Miner dies when he drops a long way. There's some games that you don't. Chucky Egg you don't. Chucky Egg can fall for a long way and not make it. Graphics are really nice on this game, though. It's really well designed and really well constructed. Yeah, very well constructed. Does that mean I can put out all candles now? Don't know. Let's see if we can get a bit further, though, because I like this game. It's a cracker. And don't fall too far, you idiot. You can drop about a few pixels. About 16 pixels, I reckon. Oh, you idiot. I can't believe I've done that. Right, I'm going on because I want to know what Quackers is. I haven't played Quackers before. Monty Mole. Why did Monty die so fast? Aren't 3 lives enough to last? The hazards that confront a mole in his search for a precious coal. Don't let Monty die in vain. Press a key and try again. Love it. It's a lovely little poem. I love that one. Right, down to basic and load it, and we'll go with Quackers. Quackers. Do you know, I had a week off this week. I've just had a week off. I've been ages since I had a week off. So tired. I ended up not doing an awful lot. Did a little bit of charity shop hunting. Absolute disaster. I posted them on the community there, but absolute disaster. I literally only managed to pick up a Deadpool comic for £2, and I think it was Destiny Sword or Dark Sword or something like that. Anyway, managed to pick that up. Total of Total of £5 for that, and to be honest with you, it's worth £5. It's in perfect shape. It's got the manual and all the other stuff, but that's it. That's all I found. Not an awful lot, to be honest. We went again another day when we went out with to drop my daughter off, where she was having a sleepover with a friend of hers, and we went around the sort of local villages, and they were just villages, and they're tiny, and there was about 5 charity shops, nothing very exciting. We went around the charity shops, absolutely nothing. It's barren out there. There was nothing for us anyway, certainly where we are. Nothing at all, just very barren. Nothing of interest in any of these places. But step right up. Welcome to the shooting gallery. Try your luck. Win a cuddly teddy bear for the little lady. Shoot the ducks. I wanted to find my own keys. D. Left, right, fire. Oh yes. So we have to go left, right, and fire. Oh, it's like the target range, rifle range we played the other day, but this time round... Alright, okay. The timer goes down when you hit something. I got hit one of the faces now. I feel quite dizzy, actually, looking at these things. I don't think I'm going to win a duck. Oh, God, I haven't got a face yet. I haven't got a face! I missed the faces. That was really quick to load, by the way. Was that my life over, was it? Is that it? You got to play straight away again? Oh, no. Oh, come on, wall. I'm missing them every time. Oh, got one. Quackers. Not one I've played. I think this is a Creative Sparks game. I think from memory this is Creative Sparks. I've lost another life again though. See if I can win a duck though. If I can get this last ones. Yes. Come on. Time in. Oh, damn you. Come on. Yes! Did I win a duck? Or a teddy bear? Uh-oh. What's this? Yes, a turtle! Oh my god, this is getting a bit dodgy. Turtle got away. If I shoot the turtle enough, do I get to keep it? Turtle killing! Yeah, I'm sure this is Creative Sparks, though. This is the same people who did one of my favourite games of all time, and it's bizarre. It's one of my favourite games of all time. I think it's nostalgia that makes it one of my favourite things. I used to play it a lot with a friend of mine, and we used to play a game called Desert Burner. I used to really like Desert Burner. Desert Burner is just one of those kind of simple games where you rode a motorcycle, you accelerated, decelerated, and then you could add a button to jump and fire your guns. So you had a little gun attached to the front of the motorcycle. It basically allowed you to shoot helicopters out of the sky and other things that flew by. Planes and things. It was really quite good. I quite enjoyed it back in the day, and we had a lot of fun with that. I mean, it's just one of those fun, silly sort of games that just grabs you. And I mean, anybody else got any sort of favourite ones? Because that was one of my favourite ones. It's just so silly, and I kind of liked it, and we liked playing it. We played it a lot, to be honest. It was one of our sort of go-to games. That with Jetpack and Target Renegade. Target Renegade, 2 people. That was our sort of go-to game as well. 3D Stock Cars. We used to play 3D Stock Cars and 3D Grand Prix. Those are all games we used to play. Firebird released 3D Stock Cars. Brilliant game. Quite slow by today's standards, but one of the beauties of it was there was a track that was a figure of 8, and it crossed in the centre, and if you position your car at a slightly sort of, say, 30 to 40 degree angle, you could cause the computer cars to go completely the wrong way. So we used to make them go the wrong way and completely win the whole race. You'd literally have them going round in circles so that you were like 10 laps ahead of them by the time you'd finished. And it was stupid because you could set the number of laps. You could set like 99 laps. So that kind of thing. Richard O'Brien, writer, actor in it,
of the musical in the first place. We've watched this recently. Funnily enough, my daughter wanted to see it, so we watched it. We watched it recently. I don't think it's dated as well as it should have done. I think probably seeing it as the musical, as it's meant to be seen, probably on the stage, is probably better than seeing it as the movie, if that makes sense. The original TV game. So there we go. Starred Susan Sarandon. I can't remember the other person was in it, but I remember it was Susan Sarandon. Because she gets all hot and sweaty, doesn't she? And she has to take all the clothes off. So I remember Susan Sarandon for that. So there we go. Yeah, but as a game go, it's quite good. It's quite good. A bit saucy because you're obviously going to lose your clothes if one of the house people that live in the house, comes and grabs you, and takes your clothing away. I don't understand why they keep your clothing away, but why not? So a bit of the nudist vibe going on there. So. Right, I'm going to drink some coffee. It's been 20 minutes, and I'm in 20 minutes, and the coffee should be nice and cool by now. I still haven't got that sponsorship from the coffee. But I'm trying. I should just take them clips. Send all the clips where I talk about coffee, and they could say they could be there. You never know. Probably end up with like the worst coffee in the world. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee. That's a beauty. That is. That's lovely. That. Oh yeah, good coffee like that. Yeah, no, well, I'll probably end up with the worst coffee. What is the worst coffee in the world? I've tasted some pretty manky ones. It's the one where they're powdered. You can have instant coffee, yeah, obviously, and usually comes in granules. But it's when you know it's going to be bad when it's almost powder, the granules, and they're not granules, they're powder. I've had some coffees like that on a few building sites, and I know that these guys, they've got this acid stomachs and all this kind of stuff. But seriously, it can be some of the worst coffee you can ever drink. But with desperation, my need for caffeine is so high that I will drink it, even if it tastes horrible. But I have been in some places where it's rough. It's rough. It's a rough world. Yeah. I suppose they don't want to spoil them with expensive coffee, do they? They want them out. Maybe the vile taste of the coffee chases them back out to do building and road construction or whatever else it is. There's a vile, there's good coffee. They're not going to stay. I suppose there's some subtlety in that, and some psychological thinkings behind the whole thing. Richard O'Brien, I also remember him in the Crystal Maze as the host of that. That was so silly, wasn't it? It was the 90s, wasn't it? 90s. It's back again though, isn't it? They've done redone it, but Crystal Maze. Can't remember, there was Aztec Zone, wasn't there? I'm trying to remember the other things. Is there a desert zone as well? No, Aztec's kind of a desert, isn't there? Castle and Medieval, maybe? Not really sure. A few things. Anyway, but lots of exciting sort of exciting things that went on. We used to have a lot of game shows. But I think we all watch telly differently than we do nowadays. I definitely do not watch television. I don't think the only time I watch live television is I watch BBC Breakfast on a weekday. And I kind of missing the people. I know that what's it called, died, didn't he? Oh, Bill Turnbull, he passed away, didn't he? He died recently, but he was not on it for a while. He went off to do Honey. Do you remember that? He went off to do Honey, but he passed away. He got some kind of horrible cancer, unfortunately. R.I.P. Bill. But yeah, a lot of them disappeared. Minchin went, and the other lady went to GMB or whatever it's called, Good Morning Britain, which never really watched that. I'm not into the ITV thing, so. Jump to the left and then step to the right. Put your hands on your hips and bring your knees in tight. It's a pelvic thrust that really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Except it's very out of tune, isn't it? I'm not going to repeat that because we don't need any more. What was it she called? Susanna Reid was the lady who went to Good Morning Britain. I don't know why she went there. I suppose, well, they offered her stupid money, didn't they? Love that intro sequence there. Oh, no, she's got a better answer. My wife's got a better answer. She says, because Susanna Reid left because they moved them to Salford, didn't they? BBC went to the bit and up to Manchester, and she wanted to stay in London. That makes a lot of sense. Enter at your own risk. I love that though. Don't you love that? Isn't that a lovely bit of artwork? It's just simple and effective. You know, it's dark because it's blue. You know, and then the lightning goes over and it all flashes white. It's very good. Anyway, let's push a button. I'm pushing buttons and nothing's happening. Ah, there we go. CRL group. What's the difference between the 128k version of this? I never knew that there was a 128k version of it. Should I be Janet or Brad? I'm going with Janet. We're gonna take our clothes off. I've got the keys already, which is good, and I got space to pick things up. Key for keyboard. Enter. Here we go. So you've got time 99 there, and basically we have to unfreeze Brad because he's been frozen by the Medusa machine, which is obviously Medusa turning you into stone. So we have to unmedusify him. We need to pick up that key because we need all the keys we can get to open doors, and we need that Medusa thing there. So we've got that with us now. We basically need to go down here. There's another key there. I'll get that in a second. So the weird, the Whistler, is it called? The thing there, Whistler's mother, the top there. I think that's what it's called. Let's pick up another key. Some spare keys. So we've got plenty of Medusa machine here. We've got to put all the Medusa machine into this machine over here. You'll see in a second. When it gets too warm, Eddie wakes up. Eddie being the there's a bit of the machine. I think, how many parts is it? Is it 12 or 15? I think it's 15. My wife's laughing about Medusa. The woman with the snakes on her head. Could turn men into stone or people into stone if you look directly. Oh, she's thinking League of Gentlemen. I'll let you Google that yourself. The Medusa machine in the League of Gentlemen. Bit extreme, that. I think they all die on the Medusa machine as well. Kind of it restricts your airflow, let's just say. That's really nice. It's giving me lots of parts really close by. So we've got to build this machine back. I really like this game. It's good. I don't think I've finished it for the channel before, but it's very doable. I think the time freezes as well briefly, does it? While I get these parts? No. No, it doesn't. There's a lift to the next floor. Things have run through my wife's brain. League of Gentlemen Medusa thing. We went to see the League of Gentlemen live, actually. They're very good. I have to admit, I was mightily impressed by the League of Gentlemen live. It says Brad there, he's frozen. The funny thing is that if you lose your clothes, so does Brad. So Janet's there. So we've got, is it 18 parts? 18 parts of the Medusa machine. Oh, I want to go up that lift. There's like a psychedelic room as well that you have to go in. So psychedelic room, and there's a Brad's room over here. Come on, quick lift. We'll go up in the lift. We'll try and avoid. I can't remember the name of everybody in the house. This Magenta. Magenta's one of the ladies. Riff Raff. He's a bit psychotic. He's Riff Raff. Right, to get rid of this machine, we have to climb up here. Go quickly before it comes back on. It's really quite close, that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's Eddie. There's everybody's here. There's, I can't remember his name. What's the name? Dr. Frankenfurter. Dr. Frankenfurter's there, look. You got to pull the lever again to refreeze Eddie, who's played by Meatloaf. You can't carry parts, by the way, when you're actually a nude. That's the drawback of the whole thing. You can't carry those parts if you're nude. Oh, you can only carry one key at once. I forgot that. There's a psychedelic room open anyway. Yeah, and Eddie flies around, and they all give you a little speech when they run into you with the motorcycle or whatever else is. Got to be careful near the edge of rooms though, because they're pretty harsh. We're gonna go. Got another part here. Let's put this on here. Yeah, we need to refreeze Eddie. There's loads of parts just up the stairs, though. They're randomised, the parts, by the way. They don't just appear in one place. They are randomised. So you kind of have to be careful where you're going to find the parts. Uh-oh. Dr. Frankenfurter. No, don't pop out on him. There we go. Isn't it easy having a good time? Leave us alone, Frankenfurter. Hasn't stolen my clothes this time round. Let's see what's in here. There's another part. I want to get this key and open one of these doors, but I know for a fact I'll let Riff Raff out when I do this. Oh, I haven't opened that door. Oh, it hasn't opened that door either. That's a shame. Okay, I've got the key and it hasn't opened that door. Doesn't matter. Get more of the Medusa. I'm going to come up here. There's Eddie again. Didn't like my teddy, he says bizarrely and strangely. It's one of my favourite games, this, although I used to quite enjoy playing this game. It's because it's one of those games that I could finish. I think I like the games I could finish as well. I have a bit of a thing for, there's a game from Firebird called Menace, and I love Menace. It's really simple. All you have to do is stuff items into the naughty items like catapults and whoopee cushions and pins and other things that horrible things that they use to school to sort of torture themselves with, into school kids' desks as another naughty school kid, and occasionally put them on the chair of the teacher while the teacher's not looking and writing on the blackboard, or the whiteboard or whatever we call it nowadays. But anyway, it puts it on that board and you basically put things out. Once you've filled all the desks, that's it. Moves on to the next level. Brilliant. Oh, gone. He's taking my clothing. Now the next part. You see, the worst part about our clothing is because you see we got our boobies out. Is you can't climb anything because how am I going to do that without getting my lady boobies out? So at least I got to keep my underpants. So now I need to find my clothing wherever they've been hidden. So you got to find them. They hide your clothes. Just so that you can't, because you got to escape the mansion, you see, but you can't escape without bread. Without bread. I'm going to go in the psychedelic room and see if they're in there. No, they're not, but there's loads. Come on. Oh, there we go. There's loads of parts in there, which is handy. Sometimes it's just pure luck whether or not you do it. Sometimes you find rooms like that where there's 3 items in the same room. It's just so simple to finish it then. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Brad. Oh, he's not nude. There he is. He's nude now. Brad loses everything. Poor Brad. So let's hide his modesty. It looks almost dirty. Naughty Brad. I think you can see the end of Brad's thing, actually, looking at that when his legs go open. Look. What's that? That's wrong. Right, where's my clothes? Come on, where's my clothes? What are you doing with my clothing? It's not there. Let's see if it's in the far end room. Poor old Brad. I like the way you edge across the front of the screen, because we're the camera. That makes sense. First time I played this though, Amstrad CPC again. One of those. Do you remember those magazines you used to get through those magazines that you used to get where you could buy a game from it weekly, and they'd have like those. They would do that terrible thing where they would always put it in, and it'd be like $1.99 for the games, and you'd be like, yes. It was a lost leader because you end up. That's my clothes. So that's magenta, I think it is. Come to the lab and see what's on the slab. I've got my clothes quick before Magenta comes back and gets me. But yeah, so the lost leader, they'd be like 99p for 5 games, or 5 games for 99p each, and you'd be like, yes, I'm going to get this, and then they'd send out the next one, and the only game on it, because you'd have to buy, because your requirement was, your sort of not legal requirement, but your kind of requirement. Oh God, drugs are bad. was to buy one thing, and then what you'd end up with is £25 or £50 for the Lord of the Rings special version for the thing. And my mate had this, and it was horrible for I think for about 12 months. They signed up thinking it was going to be a good deal, and it wasn't, and it was, and they ended up sort of stuck with these. Or I'm not stuck, but he ended up having to buy these. And his mum was like, "I don't want to buy £50 worth of game," and he was like, "But it's the only one that's on there, and you've signed up and all this kind of stuff." And I think they're pretty harsh back then about having to go at you, and because they also work on people's sort of fears of these things, don't they, and that kind of stuff. But you would start off with fairly cheaply, 99p, and you'd spend £5, you get 5 games. It'd be awesome, and there'd be good games as well. They wouldn't be rubbish games. They'd be really good games, and you'd get these things, and it would be really cool. But and then, as I say, it would all go very wrong. Thankfully, these things don't take your clothes off, which is a good thing. So I've just been injected in the bum. She's just got a needle in the bum. Anyway, better me than Brad. He's Brad's got his clothes back anyway, so we're all good. But yeah, so a bit horrendous really. But that was the thing though. That was a kind of naughty thing that used to go on back in the day. That was a naughty thing. I remember that as well because I remember seeing it myself. It came in some Spectrum magazines. You get that little extra leaflet, and it'd be like 4 pages long. 4 sort of A5 pages long. There it would be Spectrum Games 99p, and I'd be like to my mum, yeah, we need this. It would be cheap and all this kind of stuff. My mum was like, no. And then, as I say, my mum did sign up for him, and it just didn't go very well, unfortunately, in the sense of cost. I do remember him having to buy Lord of the Rings. It was the only option that was available that day, and I felt really sorry for him because it was like really expensive. And I'll be honest, neither of us really wanted to text adventure with the Lord of the Rings, that big box. I don't think I've actually got that. I probably do. Probably in a drawer, not a drawer, a box somewhere, I'm afraid. But I just felt a bit. I felt a bit bad for him, really, having to spend that kind of money. I certainly think his mum was pretty piddled off with the whole thing. By the end of it, get off! Isn't it easy having a good time? Yes, it is. Leave us alone. Oh, he came right for me there, Frankenfurter. By the way, he's got no clothes under there. Well, I say no clothes. He's wearing his suspenders and his red silk knickers, as you do. Here we go. I'm doing quite well on this, actually. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts to go. 5 parts to go, and then we can release Bradski from the whole thing. We're doing all right, actually. We're not doing badly at all. The Medusa machine may release him before he runs out of oxygen. Yeah, that's back to We League of Gentlemen. Have a little look. But as I said, we went to see them, and they're really, really good. I can highly recommend watching them doing their craziness that is League of Gentlemen. Now I know there's some parts in there. I don't really want to go through there. I can't open them doors. Oh, I have. There he is, Riff Raff. There's my man. He does kill you, by the way, if he hits you with a beam. Say goodbye to all this and say hello to Oblivion. Yeah, I know. He shoots you, though. This is the one person who can kill you because you only get 1 life. He is a absolute monster. Stay away. Stay away. He's a horrible man. Oh, now he's out as well because I've released him. He's released him, and he's now wandering the corridors and with a rampaging laser, because that's at the end of the movie. He kind of goes for everybody with a laser. Does he kill Dr. Frankenfurter? I think he does, doesn't he? Because that's the bizarre thing. They're from space as well. They're not even human. They're from space. They're from space aliens of some sort. Wow. I'm so close to finishing this. As long as I can stay away from Riff Raff, we're good to go. And we have to have that little bit of music every time. I'm sure the clock stops, by the way, for a little bit when we do that. Right, I'm going to go up on the lift again, and hopefully I can go through the lab part. I'm going to go to the farthest end of the lab to see whether there's anything there. Farthest end of the lab is where Eddie can be refrozen. So if I go back in there, see how it says 10 degrees at the moment, or over 20 degrees, about 15 degrees. We can basically go up into the lab and we can refreeze Eddie. So that's what we really want to do, refreeze the Eddie, so that we've got less critters to deal with. So the sugar. He's Riff-Raff is on it. Riff-Raff's killed me. It's all over. After all that, it's all over. One shot from Riff-Raff. Let's go on to Flipper. Because I'm not going to do all that again. Oh my god. So close. Do you know what? Do you know where the problem came from there? I decided to carry on going the direction I was going. I should not have kept going towards Riff-Raff, especially when he was on one. He was definitely on one there, wasn't he? He was on a rampage. Right, coffee while we're waiting for Flipper to load. I'm thinking this is Zipper Flipper, but I'm not sure. Zipper Flipper being the Pinball Sinclair research release, I think. I don't even know if I've got this. Yeah, I think it is Zipper Flipper. Zipper Flipper 84. That's kind of a giveaway, isn't it? Machine code files, several files. Well, that's kind of cool. I think I've got this, but I don't think I've got this all at the same time. Yeah, it's excellent. I'm sure it is. Well, I say it's excellent. I'm sure it is. I'd say my pinball game on the spectrum of choice is definitely Pinball Wizard or Sagittarium Pinball, which is a quite cheap one really and a really quick loader. But I don't think it's cheap to buy now. But it's a good one. It's one of my favourite ones. It just uses the whole screen and just kind of goes, yay! I'm a pinball game. 24K of machine code is loading. 24K, blooming heck! That's huge. That's like over 16K. It's like 8K over 16K even. It's all gonna have to be on a 48K machine minimum. He says sarcastically. Drinking some more coffee now while I'm stop being sarcastic about the whole thing. I didn't really have, we're talking about the playground walls of Spectrum games and all this kind of stuff. I didn't really have that when I was at school. I only had one mate with a Commodore 64. One. That was it. That was the whole thing. And my other mate, well, he had an Amstrad CPC, and he had a green screen Amstrad CPC, so I always felt bad for him. I never realised there were so many colours on the Amstrad CPC, and like a colour clash back in the day. But I always felt sorry for him having a green screen Amstrad CPC, and things took age to load. But we still went and played on his Amstrad CPC. But there was no clash there, because he had an Amstrad, and I had a Spectrum, and we used to go and play on my Spectrum a lot, and a friend of mine had an MSX, but he didn't have many games, and the ones he did have were on cartridge, so he used to just pop them in and play them. But that was it. We didn't have those wars in the playground. Most people I knew were a Spectrum user. They weren't a Commodore user. There was, like, as I say, I want one friend with one of those, one with an MSX, and one with an Amstrad CPC, and one with a Commodore, and that was it. That was all my friends. That was the whole covered. Everybody else had sort of, I'm going to press that button. Use the keys to raise forward on the joystick. To lower the plunger, to raise it left and right. Enter to fire the ball. Shift and brake to stop playing. Okay. Seems like a lot of buttons on this. Let's just play. Let's just play. How do I move the plungers? Ah, there's one. What the heck? So weird. Okay. I've not seen... This is weird. What the heck? Wow. This is a weird one. We're definitely not going to let this thing... If it hits that bottom part, it's all over. This is weird. Anybody else played Zipper Flipper? It looks like you've got to get it through that wall on the side there, but why would your flippers be at the bottom like that? It makes no sense whatsoever. I don't even know how that works. How does that work? What's that for? Why? Why, everybody? Why? So confused. I can't even get it through. Hang on. Game over. That's a weird one. What's the instructions for this? What does it say? Lower the plungers, flipping left and right. Yeah, okay. Nudge the fruit. To nudge the fruit machine, hold down the enter key or press the fire key. It's a fruit machine. One. Enters player's name. Right, okay. That is... Wow. I'm still a bit confused by it, really. I'm confused.com. It's not what I would call... It's not what I would call... Having to ignore the vacuum cleaner noises in the background. If you can't hear them, I can. I wouldn't call it, it's so weird. Those are the weirdest paddles as well. I am trying my best to push these paddles round. Weird. Anybody else play Zipper Flipper? It's so weird. Oh, God. Oh, God. What the heck? I mean, I can kind of keep it in the air, but I can't seem to get... This is really weird. What's it about? It says nudge the fruit machine. It's not a fruit machine. Is it? What is it? It keeps going into those sections. Which you would call fruit machine type sections, wouldn't you? Oh, right. Shot through a little gap there. Found a way through. It's so weird. Right, goes in there and bounces out full tilt. I thought it would actually stop in there and light up something. It doesn't. I'm just holding this up here like this because it seems to be the best approach. Okay. I seem to have done something. What happened there? Change the colour of the screen. It's a weird pinball game, by the way. It's a very, very, very strange pinball game. I don't think I've played one as strange as this before. Literally swung that ball in and out there. Wow. Right. Okay. I could see me frustratingly playing this with friends because we wouldn't know exactly what was going on, but otherwise, a really odd game. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.